Hey class, it is Tuesday, March 13th, and a couple of you are not going to be in class tonight, so I wanted to record this to give you guys an update about what you will be doing in the week before spring break, which is this week. I'm not assigning anything for spring break itself, but what I have is quite a bit of work, and I like to give students spring break off. And so if you get this information and you work on it between now and Sunday, then your spring break truly will be completely off. But if you choose to work over spring break, that's on you. But what we're going to do is catch up just a little bit. We're going to end up, we're going over chapter 23 tonight, which covers World War I, America's involvement in that. We'll also discuss some of the domestic things going on during World War I, issues with women and with race in America, and then we'll go into the peace process. Chapter 24, which covers the 1920s, in pretty much in total, politically, economically, socially, a few other things, will be on your own. So you guys will read that chapter. And I'm going to share the screen here. And if you look here, this is our Canvas page. You'll go to the modules section here, and you will scroll down to chapter 24. And so I want you to read chapter 24 this week. I want you to look at the lecture notes and the PowerPoint to help you create some of your own notes. It'd be great to have the lecture notes out while you're reading so you can jot down a few extra things. That'd be a great way to study. The PowerPoint is pretty much what's in your book, a little obviously condensed version. So if that helps you, you can look at the PowerPoint, but you certainly need to read that chapter because we will not be going over it in class. So that's the first thing that you need to do. The second thing that you need to do deals just with chapter 25, okay? Don't expect you to read chapter 25 cover to cover. What I would like you to do is look at the PowerPoint from the book, look at the discussion questions and go through the PowerPoint, and maybe look at a couple sections in the book and read a little bit about causes of the Great Depression, and then also read a little bit about the Dust Bowl. So that's the next thing I want you to do. And this is all before class on Tuesday the 27th. That's when we get back from spring break. The next thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to go to the Dust Bowl documentary. It's 2 parts. It is pretty long. Each part is 1 hour and 50 minutes. So you have 20 minutes shy of 4 hours of video to watch before class on the 27th. When you click this link, it will look like this, okay? You'll need to open it in a new window. This is the best way to do it. So when you click that, again, those 2 clicks to get to it, a sign-in will pop up. This is where you put in your iCloud username and password. This is the same username and password that you use to sign into iCloud and also to your Canvas. Once you have that signed in, you'll click log in. Once you've logged in, if you don't close your browser, you won't have to log in again. The first episode will pull up. It's called The Great Plow Up, and you will watch that. This is a documentary by Ken Burns. It's very good. It's very informative and entertaining. It has a lot of good information and firsthand accounts of the Dust Bowl from survivors of that time. And I think you guys will find it very interesting. We normally watch one of these episodes in class. We won't have time to do that, though. So you need to do this. So The Great Plow Up is the first episode. And the part 2 episode, if you go back into the modules, you can navigate to part 2. And same thing, you'll click that. Like I said, if you don't close the browser, there will be no login needed because you've already been logged in, and you will watch Reaping the Whirlwind, which is the 2nd episode. an hour and 52 minutes. So like I said, you're looking at just shy of 4 hours of video. You want to take a few notes, and I think it would be important anytime that I'm assigning 4 hours of something, you'll certainly want to take some notes. So that is the assignment for this week. Like I said, it is quite a bit, but it certainly can be done in this week so that you have a completely free spring break. I hope that you guys have a fun and safe spring break. Last thing that I want to go over are, two things. You know how I am. Quizzes. So the quiz study guides. The quiz 3 and 4 study guides will be up after Tuesday the 27th. So I will post those after class on Tuesday the 27th. We will take those quizzes in class on that following April, let me look at my calendar here. What is April 3rd, excuse me. So on April 3rd, we will take quizzes 3 and 4. Those covers chapters 22, 23, that's quiz 3, and quiz 4 covers chapters 24 and 25. So those quiz study guides will be up. Your midterm is going to be online. It will be that same week, and it will probably be due Sunday, April 8th at midnight. But I will have that online for you. Your midterm review will be posted. I'm still editing it a little bit. I have it on here, but it's down here, and it's not showing up yet for you guys, but it will be there. So midterm coming up. Like I said, it's going to be online. You will be able to use your notes. You'll want to study your quizzes to help you study for that. And I'll give you some more information. In the midterm review, there's also some essay questions that I write out for you. And they are essay questions that actually appear on the test itself, and you will answer those. With that said, the last thing I want to go over is your 2 assignments that you have, the 2 sort of projects that we have. We have an article analysis, and we have a major project that you're going to be doing. The article analysis, which I'll go over tonight in class, but because some of you are not going to be there, I want to mention it. If you click on that and go into the guidelines, let that load, you'll notice that this is going to be choosing one of the essays from your Portrait of America reader. And so that is this book here. Stop sharing for a second so that you guys can see this in full view. That's this Portrait of America book, okay? Second edition. You can choose any essay in here, all right? I don't really have a preference of which essay you choose. And I'm going to continue sharing here real quick. So you're going to pick that, and you guys can read over the purpose. This is to help familiarize yourself with treatment of secondary sources, which is something that is very important for historians and really for any research in general. Understanding of how to critically analyze and get information out of secondary sources is very important. I have the expectations and what you will need to do for your article. So you'll read your article in full, and then you'll kind of answer these questions, including answering the questions that are in found at the end of each article. So they're the questions to consider. So you'll build those in to your essay. You're not going to answer them in sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4 format. You're going to build those questions to consider into your essay, right? I have the requirements as far as stylistic requirements and some of my grading expectations, okay? So there's that. This project is going to be due on April 15th. That's a Sunday, I believe. Let me look. Yes, it's a Sunday, April 15th at 11:59 p.m. It's due via Turnitin. There will be an assignment block for you guys to turn that in. If you guys have questions, you can contact me. Last thing is our project. So going to our project, again, scrolling down, going to the assignments tab in the module, we can go to the project guidelines and procedures. And what you will see is the purpose. Again, I always let you guys know why we're doing this. And for this, this is to sort of introduce you to the historical research process itself. And what I'm wanting you all to do is you're going to write this research paper, but you're also going to provide a physical component that you're going to create. So sort of an art project, so to speak. But you certainly can get very creative with this. In the past, I've had students who have drawn detailed maps. I've had students who have made interpretive models and things. The only thing I ask is that you don't create any sort of weapon. No guns, no knives, that sort of thing. But certainly get creative with this. We can talk more about this in class as we have time. Your proposal is due on March 30th at 11:59 p.m. That is a Friday, I believe. Let me look at my calendar again. Yes, that's a Friday. And I have all the expectations of you. The time period you're looking at is the Reconstruction era. Okay, so starting in 1863, really. So anytime from Reconstruction on, I want you to stop at about the 1980s. This class goes into modern day America and today, but I want you to stop at about the 1980s, okay? Let's restrict that. It includes a 5 to 7 minute presentation along with a paper and the physical component. I have all the requirements here. Your proposal requirements are right here. And I have my expectations for what should be included in the proposal. I also have my expectations for the actual paper itself and some of the stylistic requirements. We'll talk about footnote format in the Chicago style, and that is something that historians use, and we will get you up to speed on that. It's a pretty simple process, but we will discuss this further. I have some grading information here, and as always, my contact information. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you guys have a wonderful and safe spring break, and I will see you on Tuesday the 27th. Some of you I will see tonight, but nonetheless, have a great one, and go Cats. They're in the tournament.